When I introduce today's topic in seminars with the words, "This asshole is your partner," I usually see astonished faces among the participants. I do not ask them who they might have in mind spontaneously. So I do neither ask you now. That's entirely up to you. Or would you eventually like to type it in the comments? If you were thinking of your boyfriend or girlfriend or your spouse, well, I don't mean any of them specifically. I'm also not talking about your colleagues or business partners or someone with whom you share a common goal in sport or someone with whom you pursue a competitive hobby. Today, I am talking about the many people you have encountered in your life so far and whom you probably did not even realize were your partners, at least for a limited time. Remember, have you ever been in an argument with someone else who was not close to you personally? So if you have already had conflicts with someone, then I hope you also had a little fun sometimes. Because all the people with whom someone has a conflict are their partners during these periods. Generally speaking, in a partnership, both parties engage with each other with a certain degree of trust. The statements and views of one party are relevant to the other mutually. Both parties allow some kind of space for a certain closeness between them, and they spend a longer or shorter phase of their lives together, sometimes temporarily and sometimes for the rest of their lives. And partnership does not in itself mean something good. A partnership is simply the neutral term for an intense type of interpersonal relationship, no matter how short or how long it lasts. Do you know the story of Romeo and Juliet? Perhaps from English class or from seeing it at a stage. Maybe you have read the whole drama? Or do you know it from the cinema or television? There are countless film adaptations of Romeo and Juliet, and even more films that have used this drama by William Shakespeare or whoever actually wrote it to tell a story of hostility between two families that has been going on for decades and generations. These two warring families are a special example of an extremely stable partnership between the two family heads. Not a beneficial partnership, but an exceptionally destructive one. But partnership is just a neutral term for any kind of intense personal relationship between two parties. A partnership can only arise if both see something in the other that touches them, something that resonates with their own thoughts and feelings, and above all with their own fears and needs, spoken in other words, to put it very neutrally. Because these thoughts and feelings can be both positive and negative, whether constructive or destructive. Resonance alone makes it possible for one person to become the other's partner. This resonance is based on your needs, which drive you to achieve inner and outer balance. Even though your needs may be very different, in the here and now, they suddenly connect to form a common theme. And so someone with whom you have a conflict is also your partner for the duration of this confrontation, provided there's resonance between the two of you. The trigger for the resonance that someone feels that makes a partnership fundamentally possible can even be a spontaneous, seemingly meeting by accident. Have you ever experienced a situation where a complete stranger encountered you somewhere in public space and unexpectedly behaved disrespectfully towards you? Well, that was that person's offer to you to enter into a partnership with them, or, in other words, their invitation to you to engage in conflict with them. Are you familiar with such situations? So if, at that moment, you allow someone to involve you in their conflict, then a shared space is created in which pent-up energy is suddenly released, is given direction, and allowed to unfold its effect. The purpose may be solely to release the subconscious need of the stranger to let go of his own pent-up energy by passing it on to someone else. Have you ever accepted such an offer from another person? Well, this offer is more of an unfair exchange, based on an assumption in which neither party really knows what they will get from the other. What do you gain from accepting such an invitation to a confrontation? And have you perhaps already invited some strangers or friends to such disputes with you? The less you know a person who invites you to accept his pent-up energy, the more carefully you should consider whether it would be better to decline this dubious offer and instead to continue on your way with equanimity. And the better you know a person and the more they mean to you personally, the more carefully you can weigh up whether to offer them an invitation to a confrontation in a particular situation. If you are unlucky, they will accept it, and who knows what you will get back in return. However, especially when you know someone well and feel that too much energy has built up on one side or the other, it would be extremely sensible to invite that person to be your conflict partner for a certain period of time. And then I hope that they accept your invitation. From now on, just remember from time to time that every person with whom you have an argument is your partner for the duration of this confrontation, regardless of whether they are close to you in life or not, and regardless of whether you like them or not. So better choose carefully at all times whether you accept the invitation to a conflict or can calmly decline it, and whether you offer someone a confrontation or leave it alone. It is said you cannot change negative people with your positivity. Be polite, step aside, and let life be their teacher. And if you cannot change the past, so take the chance to just make the change from today.